Ladies and gentlemen, Honorary Wrestling Federation returns March 15th at the Lewistown Community Center as we present Under the Spell. This is an historic event as Mifflin County's own Mind Spell is set to kick off the show with live music. Mind Spell made their HWF debut at Reincarnation back in January and came to the rescue of the Sons of Mifflin County after an attack by the Buffalo Boys. Scott Hassett, Eric Scott, and Brent Carlos got a tremendous reaction as they told the fans they'd be headlining Under the Spell on March 15th, along with the Sons of Mifflin County. Speaking of the Sons, R.D. Mosh, the man with $1 million mohawk, and Matt TRK Silks, the Lewistown legend, are set to defend the HWF Tag Team Championships against the Wayward, the team of Flip Ribs and Dante Dio. The Wayward are no strangers to the Lewistown Originals as they squared off together this past January at 814 Wrestling's New Year's Resolutions in Johnstown. The boys from Dogtown, California brought out the best in the Sons, so much so that Matt Silks went on record to say the Wayward nearly ended their 814 Wrestling Tag title reign. The Sons would ultimately pick up the win and retain the championships. Can Silks and Mosh retain their HWF Tag Team Championships on March 15th, or could we see an upset and new HWF Tag Team Champions? Ed House has made a huge impact since his return to HWF. At our last event in January, Reincarnation, House picked up a huge victory over the debuting Sebastian Braun. It was no small task, and Ed House received a massively positive reaction by the HWF fans. Trista Silks and President of Wrestling Phil Stamper have both gone on record to say that they can see Ed House main eventing in HWF in no time. March 15th at Under the Spell, Ed House will take on Lewistown original Edward James, who's been on a winning streak for a while now. Since October, James has scored multiple victories, defeating both Sickened and Robbie Page. Edward James and Ed House are both huge names in Lewistown, and James said this could be the biggest win of his career. Could he make history in this first time ever one-on-one encounter, or will Ed House end James's winning streak? Next up, former HWF champion, the Titan James Ford. That's still difficult for me to say. Will be on hand to make a public statement to the HWF fans. Ford was dubbed the Forever Champion, having been the most dominant champ in HWF history. The fans were shocked and stunned when Ford lost the heavyweight championship to the juggernaut John Roden at Reincarnation. The new year was the end of an era. Not only did John Roden dethrone James Ford, but Roden's longtime Neverfall tag team partner Zach Rain announced his retirement after the match. James Ford will be in action live March 15th. Speaking of Zach Rain, the White Rabbit will make his debut on the HWF commentary team, filling in for yours truly starting March 15th. HWF thanks Zach Rain for all of his contributions to the wrestling community. Zach helped pay it forward in his final matches. HWF will be inducting Zach Rain into the Hall of Fame at Summerfest 2025. But back to the new HWF World Heavyweight Champion, the juggernaut John Roden. His first title defense will be against the almost famous Aaron Connors. This is the biggest opportunity Connors has had in his HWF career. Since his debut, Connors has been working hard to pick up momentum. This main event will indeed be epic. The juggernaut has been one of the absolute best talents to ever walk through the doors of the Lewistown Community Center, having been a champion of one form or another for most of his HWF run. Note, John was never pinned in the tag title match versus the Sons of Mifflin County and has yet to be defeated in HWF. The Juggernaut has what it takes to be a dominant champion. March 15th, Aaron Connors and John Roden will main event the biggest event in HWF history. In another championship match, the new Extreme Champion Red Dog defends his title against the debuting Ace Christian. This young up-and-comer is looking to make history by defeating Red Dog in his first match in Lewistown. Does the youthful Ace Christian have what it takes to upset Red Dog, or will the HWF fan favorite send this young prospect back to the minor leagues? Riot City returns March 15th, the tag team competition. HWF original The Kingpin Sickened is set to tag with Matt Wild, who'll be making his tag team debut March 15th as they square off against the former Extreme Champion John Washington and Isaiah Frazier. Frazier and Washington have been road warriors for years, traveling the country together. HWF management has had their eyes on Isaiah Frazier since his victory over Sledge Gibson at Reincarnation. Can Washington and Frazier pick up their first win win in HWF as a team, or will Riot City be victorious? And the pit chick Danny Lair will also be in attendance for Under the Spell on March 15th. The mistress of the mosh pit will have a big announcement on her future in HWF, and so much more. HWF Under the Spell is brought to you by Mama Don's Photos and the Willow Workbench. HWF would also like to thank our longest-running sponsor, Pam Stitches. Pam has been a dedicated member of the HWF family since day one. Baumgartner Wrestling Photography and the Curb Media Group will cover this historic event, and a very special thanks to Mindspell and Brandon and Royer Septic Services. Tickets for Under the Spell are available now. Front rows are $20, and at the door, $12 and $10 general admission. Tickets are sold at the Willow Workbench, 29 West Market Street, Lewistown. But get your tickets now, as they're going to go fast. Don't miss this rocking event. Saturday night, March 15th, live at the Lewistown Community Center. Doors open at 4, action starts at 5 p.m. HWF Ass Kicking Saturday Night returns May 10th at the HWF Coliseum. More information will be available March 15th. For HWF, I'm Drew Shannon.